Toxic gossip train. I don't know the rest of the words, sorry. Imagine it's your wedding day. You're marrying the love of your life. You're in the second hour of getting your bridal hairstyle done, and you're scrolling through TikTok. Then you see a video with a woman with text overlaid saying, if you're marrying someone called Tony on the 20th of November 2023, DM me. It's November 20th. You're getting married to Tony. After DMing this woman, you find out that Tony has cheated on you. With her. With everyone in the whole world. And you found out via TikTok. The toxic TikTok gossip train. All aboard! So there's a video format trending on TikTok, or it has been around for years, but I've seen more of it lately. And the format is as such. A person posts a video saying, if your name is X and you live in Y and you're dating/marrying Z, I have bad news for you. It isn't just relationship exposés though. They also expose bad friends. Generally, it's someone who's overheard a stranger's conversation. Sometimes a person is caught red-handed, and sometimes they even film the alleged perpetrator. So yeah, it's messy. Hashtag messy talk. But before I delve in further to these TikTok relationship vigilantes, here's a quick message from the cat. You didn't actually think she'd deliver the message herself, did you? She's way too busy. But she'd like to thank today's sponsor. Hey, we've got to pay the bills here. Grass doesn't come free. She actually couldn't be here today because she's experiencing really bad menstrual cramps, which, oh hey, reminds me, today's sponsor is Intamina. Despite the background of my videos, I actually don't like clutter. I don't want my cupboards bursting at the seams with pads and tampons. So to save space and waste, I opt for a handy menstrual cup. In particular, the Siggy Cup 2 by Intamina. Not only does it help reduce clutter in my cupboards, it also helps reduces my period's carbon footprint and contribution to the 500 million sanitary products that end up in the landfill every month. It's good to be kind to Mother Earth. And you don't even have to compromise on comfort, as the Siggy 2 is made of 100% medical grade feather thin silicone and has a flat fit for comfort and gives you up to 8 hours of protection. It comes with a ribbed tab for slip-free removal. You just hook the tip of your finger and gently pull the cup out. The tab is located at the front of the cup, which you wear away from your cervix and pelvic bone. They make it easy peasy, because putting in and removing your menstrual cup shouldn't be like getting out of an escape room. It also comes in 2 sizes. Size A for a low cervix and light to medium flow. This one's great if you're using cups for the first time. Size B works great with a heavier flow and a higher cervix. And both of these models can be used for mess-free period sex. I mean, what's not to love? I'm sure you can't wait to grab your Siggy Cup too. So click my link in the description to check out Intamina's website and their amazing products and their great discounts that are coming up for Black Friday. Don't miss out. Right, let's get back to business. Want to go viral on any platform? Make a convincing cheater expose. Oh, we love a cheater expose, don't we? John Tucker Must Die was a defining piece of media for me. I really related to the obviously high school aged characters convincingly played by the obviously high school aged actors. Anyways, cheating exposés are the bread and butter for TikTok snitches. It's easy clicks, juicy and relatable. Let's start with the simplest format. The text over screen urging the alleged victim to DM for more information format. Most of the time, they don't seem to have any follow-up, which makes me wonder, A, do these even reach the supposed victim? And B, are they real? If you're marrying a builder called Adam from London on the 27th of August, please message me. I know what happened on the stag do. Listen, it could be real. There's enough details, but the details are so generic. A builder named Adam? In London, getting married in August? Never heard of that. Why is everyone getting married on the 27th? The same happened for another guy. Let me tell you about something. There's this thing called the weather. Okay, now I'm scared. I'm marrying my fiance called Adam from London on the 27th of August. But is he a builder? Coincidence? I think not. Is he a builder? Is he a builder? Is he a builder, babe? And just when you think, oh hey, maybe we're getting somewhere, that commenter never followed up. No hate on the creator, but I'm skeptical. Just seems like an easy 3 milli views to me. To be fair, you could argue that if the creator's genuine intention was to reach the bride and her sole goal was to just get the information to her, then follow-up videos be damned. She doesn't need to finish the story, as long as if she reaches the bride. But then why not delete it after, I hope it isn't real. I don't want anyone to get cheated on and have to cancel their wedding. That's genuinely sad. You could argue that if it isn't real, the creator could potentially be meddling in relationships over nothing. That being said, if you see this and doubt your partner, was the trust there anyway? I'm ambivalent about the morality of fake exposés. To be clear, I don't know if it is fake. It could very well be real. I just don't think there's enough to say conclusively either way. However, there are more believable scenarios. There are the ones where people broadcast in the moment. Ooh, this one's a doozy. So, I was on Twitter. I mean X. It's called X now. What idiot renamed it that? That's something that a deadbeat dad would come up with. Also, by the way, I'm gonna have to censor this like it's a Disney Channel original movie, so apologies in advance.
If your fiance is having her bachelorette party in Nashville on the week of August 31st, and has braces, hair about this length with blonde highlights, a cowboy hat with a veil on it, she is cheating on you.
So those are some details, and her delivery is convincing.
And was just getting can I even say that word on TikTok? Getting blasted. Yeah, getting blasted.
Oh, Christ on a bike. Could you not sugarcoat it a bit, love? I'm a prude.
And she also doesn't tip, so you got yourself a winner.
Ah, so there's the rub. No pun intended. It's because she was a bad customer, which, to be fair, not tipping is a major red flag.
Oh yeah, and she was trying to record girls on stage.
You're a bad egg if you don't tip or respect the rules of the establishment. That being said, this feels a bit personal.
She's like 28 or 29. Her dress was like white with like pinkish flowers, and her friend, the only girl with her, was wearing blue. And was a brunette. You know what? I can actually go ask the guys what her name was. Please do it. Oh my God.
She and her friend got the knife and they went stabby, stabby, stabby.
Good luck with your divorce. I hope you have a good prenup.
I'm scared. The details and delivery do make this example quite convincing. If true, it's not looking good for the bride-to-be. I've got to ask though, does the punishment fit the crime? Is it any of our business? Online shaming is something you cannot fathom until you've been through it. There's just something icky about witnessing a snippet of a stranger's life and then posting it for millions of people to judge, when you don't even have the full context. Which reminds me, I've always had an issue with paparazzi reporting on celebrity affairs. Because 1, the kids might see it, 2, the couple might want to just resolve things privately, and 3, how do you know they don't have an open relationship? Open relationships and marriages are still quite taboo, especially the latter actually. If you are a couple with kids and you don't want to have to explain it to them, or judgmental friends or family, you might have an open relationship but just keep it on the DL. So by exposing people, you are putting them in an awkward position when it was never your place to anyway. This is today's version of that, except the subjects aren't just celebrities now, they're regular people. Speaking of, let's get into Airplane Guy, as in the situation. Not the guy. Get your head out of the gutter. This is an example of a celebrity, debatable, taking part in surveilling a stranger who's not a celebrity. You can already sense the ickiness, right? American competitive Olympic diver Tyler Downs found himself sitting on a plane next to a man whom he suspected to be cheating on his wife. He read his texts over his shoulder. This might be the worst one yet, because filming strangers in public and broadcasting it without their consent, ooh, very bad, no, no, no. But also, you're a public figure already with a following, and this is how you use it? Putting on blast a regular person? I know this phrase is used a lot, but there's a power imbalance there. Jesus loves me sounds predatory with the age gap, not to mention the power imbalance. And listen, I'm not naive enough to doubt that we all, eavesdrop on strangers' conversations when something spicy is going down. We speculate, we gossip. I love gossip. But now we've got to the point where we film people in an attempt to identify them and try them in the court of public opinion. And maybe that's a problem. I don't know, I just think maybe we should be a bit more empathetic. Because I don't know about you, but if I were cheating on my wife, I wouldn't want this to happen. You might think you're being a TikTok Robin Hood, but let's be real. Are you doing this for altruistic reasons? Or are you using a stranger's trauma to generate clicks and engagement? Like this one, where they allege that the guy is checking out other women on his phone. It isn't clear if it's a dating app or Instagram. Also, the pictures kind of look like the girl he's with. And listen, if he is doing what he's being accused of, then ew. But the thing is, if you genuinely want to help her, why not just tell her? She's literally over there. You have the ability to do so, but instead you post a TikTok laughing at her expense. But you're not just humiliating him, you're humiliating her too. Both of them. And that's the thing I think gets lost in all this, is that I think people think, oh, well, this is punishing cheaters. But it's not, you're punishing the victim because you're taking away their agency, which I'll get to in a minute. So yeah, forgive me if I don't believe that you're doing this out of the goodness of your heart. Not to sound like a gammon, but this feels like virtue signaling. I've seen comments with the sentiment of, this is what a girl's girl would do, and I would want to know. When it comes to real life, I agree. However, when it comes to intervening in a stranger's personal life, virtually, I really do think the negatives outweigh the positives. My biggest gripe is that it takes away agency from the person it's actually affecting. If you've been wronged by your partner, like being cheated on, you want it to be you to tell your loved ones, not have it trending on TikTok. And this is a problem in real life anyway, but when a person gets cheated on, if the people around them know, there's a lot of social pressure about whether they should or shouldn't forgive the person. Imagine that, but online. Thousands of strangers telling you that, you're weak if you take the person back. And it must just be so overwhelming to have this pressure from a bunch of strangers online. And it reminds me a lot of the couch guy situation. Now, if you're not familiar with the couch guy situation, oh boy. TLDR is that a few years ago, this girl visited her boyfriend at college. She came in, she surprised him and she filmed it. And he was sat on the sofa next to a girl and he looked surprised to see her. And when she posted it, a bunch of speculation was in the comments about whether he was cheating on her and whether he was unhappy to see her. And it was just really horrible because A, it was clear that she did not expect it to go viral, and B, it just became so personal. Like, it didn't seem to be coming from a place of compassion, but more voyeuristic spectacle. And listen, again, I love gossiping, but these aren't reality TV characters who sign up knowing that this might be the case. These are random, regular people who don't sign up to being watched. Now, you could say in this case she posted a TikTok, but what about the random people you just film in public? Where's their consent? Why should random people who you've never met and never will meet have any influence over your personal life?
It's better to walk away than run with ignorance.
I was meant to see Sigrid live twice and I got the flu both times. One day I will see her live and I will go feral. Also, she knows who Siggy is because they have the same name. I've separated friend exposés into its own category, which might reveal how I view romantic relationships differently to friendships. A matter-normativity, am I right? But really, as I stated, there's many different types of romantic relationships in terms of openness and what constitutes as cheating. Which is why when it comes to the romantic relationships, I definitely lean on the side of mind your business. However, in the case of bad friend call-outs, at least in the examples that I'll show today, I do think that the intervention was more appropriate. Let me explain why with an example. Here's a TikTok of an American woman who was visiting London and overheard a group of 3 women at brunch bad-mouthing their friend's wedding, at which they were the bridesmaids.
I just got back to my hotel. I was just at brunch and I have to tell you this story. I was sitting next to a table full of 3 girls and they were all talking about how they were in their friend's wedding a few weeks ago. And at first it was sort of tame gossip, talking about how they didn't like the cut of their dresses or the color of their dresses. But then it got sinister very quickly. Main girl, the blonde, she was kind of the ringleader of this dynamic, and she was talking about how she felt so ugly on her day, and it was so unfair that the day of her friend's wedding that she was in was all about her, the bride, and not about the bridesmaids. And she was going on to say about how, like, the bride was supposed to look so beautiful, but she didn't, and the bridesmaids also didn't look beautiful. She was talking about how she really always wears her hair down, but the bride wanted everyone to wear their hair up, and that was unacceptable to this lady. Then this other girl in this dynamic chips in about how the flowers that every girl had to hold were so ugly that she could have gone into the backyard of any house to any forest, plucked out some flowers, and made a prettier bouquet. Then the other girl chimes in and is talking about how the way that the bride spent money was really unacceptable to her. Say how they had a rosé toast instead of a champagne toast, and maybe if she spent her money more wisely, she'd be able to afford champagne versus rosé.
See, I don't think this is made up because the bit with the flowers is weirdly specific. Also, rosé with blush dresses makes sense.
Guys, it gets worse. Talking about the gallery that they had just been sent of photos from the wedding. And they were going through the photos on their phone, swiping through the first impressions of the bridesmaids seeing the bride for the first time in her dress and all dolled up. And they were zooming in on each one of their 3 faces, talking about how fake of a face they had to put on for this and how they had to be like star-studded actresses on this day. One of them even said that she should try out for the West End because of how she was acting on that day, trying to pretend she was happy for her friend.
So this is the meanest thing I've ever heard. Anywho, assuming that this is all true, there is just no excuse for this. It's just mean-spirited. There's no grey area. There are situations where you need to vent about a friend, but this is just petty and mean. And there were loads of comments saying that they experienced similar things. Weddings are cursed, eh? Fake friends hurt more than any breakup. There seemed to be much more of a consensus about this situation, unlike the cheating exposés. And I think it's because, weirdly, we have higher expectations of our friends than we do romantic partners, which is maybe depressing, because we, as a society, at the same time, value romantic relationships more. But like this comment demonstrates, being hurt by your friends can have an even more damaging effect than a romantic breakup. I guess you expect your friends to be forever. If you've got friends in your life that feel this much contempt towards you, then you've got to just drop them. So yeah, if my friends were like this, I would want to know. Life's too short to waste time on people like that, especially when there's so many girlies out there who would love to hype you up.
I threw myself into traffic. So let's post about it, let it go viral, and possibly ruin this girl's life and wedding day. Smart.
Although I see where this is coming from, I actually don't agree in this case. This video isn't what's ruining the wedding, it's the mean friends. Also, it's likely that the bride has already sensed resentment from them, and perhaps she feels resentful too for ruining her day. And this might be the push that she needs to find new friends.
Right, and I've seen a lot of people being like, why are you talking about other people's conversations? Because what if this helps someone? My really good friend Marissa, we all know Marissa Mize, her whole life changed because someone made a video about her friends talking shit about her.
Now, who's Marissa, you might ask? Let's get into the Marissa lore.
I hate to be the one to stick my nose where it doesn't belong, but if your name's Marissa, please listen up. I just walked by your friends, and I need to tell you that the weekend you're away is not the only time that they could do their birthday party. They are choosing to do it the weekend you're away, and you need to know. TikTok, help me find Marissa.
So just when you think that, This is probably not real. Marissa appears. Marissa is real.
Okay, so my name is Marissa. Hi, I live in New York City, and I saw this video and I'm duetting it because in the last 2 hours I've had over 25, 30 people send it to me. People I haven't even talked to since high school send it to me, and I literally went out of town this weekend. I went on a road trip with a few of my friends, and one of my friends had a birthday party this weekend, and she knew I was going out of town and wouldn't reschedule it, and now I'm trying to get his attention. So hi, if you see this, please respond to my DM. I want to know where you saw these people because if it's in my neighborhood, it was definitely about me. So please respond to my DM, and if this is about me, besties, I'm gonna need some new friends, so let me know.
And when you think that this is super sad, don't worry, there's a happy ending. She made friends with the guy who posted the original video and started a meetup called No More Lonely Friends. 200 people showed up to the first meetup in New York, and since then there's been meetups in LA, San Francisco, Boston, Washington, Philly, and now it's going international. She's been on the Drew Barrymore show. We love a proactive girly. One of the friends did get in touch to explain why she didn't want her at the party.
So I had a friend from the friend group text me and let me know that they did not want to invite me because, and this is not my words, I feel very unhumble saying these words, but they texted me saying that basically that when they invite people over, I am like very outgoing and like yada yada, and that they wanted the focus to be on them. So they didn't invite me because I'm like basically too outgoing, and again, not my words. Not my words, people. I'm not this like self-centered, okay? But I'm just very outgoing and very like personable, I feel like. So yeah, they said they didn't want to invite me because they wanted to be about them. So go off, besties. Here is the message. That video going viral is kind of funny of that guy. I can't believe he found you. But listen, she didn't invite you because you are really funny and pretty and didn't want the guys to go for you instead of her. And she didn't want to invite you. I didn't agree, but she didn't care, and I'm sorry I didn't say more.
Now, if you're being cynical, you could say, oh look, she's using this situation to make herself famous. But I don't know, I think a lot of us would do this. She isn't from NYC, so this was an effective way to find a new friendship group. Another way to play devil's advocate is you could say that, you know, this friend of hers is introverted and just wanted, you know, her time to shine. But I think once it becomes like a group thing where you're ganging up on someone and excluding them, you kind of lose all moral high ground. Like, this isn't high school. And the fact that this story went viral is a testament to the fact that I think a lot of us relate to this, and that we've been in this kind of situation. We've been excluded, cast aside, wondering what we did wrong. We want to see the victim win and the villains lose. It's like a Disney film where the bully gets shunned and the protagonist becomes beloved, but in real life. Now, who knows? It might come out that Marissa's problematic or whatever, but at this point in time it does look like that she just got herself mixed up in a group of petty people, and it happens. This is one of the difficult things about adult friendships, is realizing that some people haven't matured emotionally since secondary school. I've learned this recently, and that's all I'll say on that. Also, making friends as an adult is so difficult, so it's nice to see a negative situation turned into a positive initiative. I do have a potential conspiracy theory though. What if the guy, I can't remember his name, sorry, and Marissa set this up to launch their social media careers? What if she's an industry plant? Even if that's the case, it's still a relatable situation. Being excluded sucks, and she's found a way to make people feel less alone. So, final thoughts. Not to be a downer, but I have qualms about stranger surveillance. This situation might have had a happy ending, but I still think there's a real danger in encouraging people to identify regular people online. It's been 2 years since this, but let's just say, what if the friends were identified and dogpiled? It's really easy for things like this to get out of hand, like the couch guy. And thankfully that wasn't the case in the Marissa story, but it has been in other situations, and I think it will be in future ones. And I do think the whole stranger surveillance phenomenon is more problematic in romantic relationships because of the grayness of what people consider to be cheating. Different people have different opinions on that. Whereas in the case of these fake friend scenarios, it's kind of universal law not to say that your friend looked butt ugly on their wedding day. I think we can all agree on that. And it's common sense not to exclude your friends. But I'd be curious to hear your thoughts. Perhaps I would change my mind if more information came out about the friends. If they shared their sides of the stories. I'm the friends. I'm the one with the blonde bob. It was me. No way, Rose. I'm so sorry. Anyways, thank you for watching. Make sure to click the link and check out Intermina and their Black Friday deals. And I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye. Bye-bye now. Bye-bye. Bye-bye now. Bye-bye.
Thank you to my amazing patrons who keep this channel alive. And a quick subscription pet shout out is a very unique one. And this is Bob the Pygmy Hippo. Bob is a rescue hippo. I asked, does he not get lonely? Does he not want any friends? And apparently they prefer to be alone. Introvert king. And pygmy hippos are smaller than baby regular hippos. He's so cute. And he looks like a Bob. Everybody give Bob a round of applause.